Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 26. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released August 21st, 2013, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Adventure Time number 19. The Totally Math adventure continues with Finn and Jake, everyone's favorite human, and his dog. In this arc, things are getting literally mathematical for our heroes, the newest issue of the hottest all-ages book on the stands today. Next, we've got Bravest Warriors number 11. It's time to save the universe and talk about our feelings. Join Beth, Wallow, Chris, Danny, and Plum as they travel the multiverse, saving folks and generally being totally rad dudes. Based on the hit web series from Adventure Time creator Pendleton Ward, Power, Respect. And we've got Clive Barker's Hellraiser, The Dark Watch number 7. Christy Cotton and Elliot Spencer know they're being played, but can they put aside their differences to find a way out of this nightmare? And the new ruler of Hell receives an unexpected visitor as the role of Hell's Pope comes into question unlike ever before. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got B.P.R.D. Hell on Earth number 110, Lake of Fire Part 1 of 5. As Liz Sherman fights for her life in a Utah hospital, the B.P.R.D. sends a recon team into no man's land that used to be New York City, and the young psychic Phoenix encounters a monster-worshipping cult at the Salton Sea, with art by Eisner Award winner Tyler Crook of The Sixth Gun. Next, we've got Blood Brothers number 2 of 3. When a badass bunch of bail jumpers kidnap Nick's girlfriend, he and Tree have to put aside their differences in order to storm a casino magnate's heavily guarded and secluded private residence. Shouldn't be a problem for two resourceful vampires, unless of course that billionaire's in league with the bloodsucker bent on world destruction. We've also got Conan the Barbarian number 19. Conan and Belit find themselves the unlikely couriers to a mysterious and ancient religious relic. They are soon beset on all sides by feuding factions that wish to exploit the artifact's power. Can they reach their destination while keeping their prize and themselves intact? From Brian Wood of Star Wars and the Massive, and Paul Azaceta of Amazing Spider-Man and B.P.R.D. This is the most talked about Conan comic in years. Next, we've got Creepy Comics number 13. The Abominable Anthology turns unsweet 13. Cullen Bunn of The Sixth Gun celebrates Crossroads mishaps. Josh Simons and Dean Haspiel reveal a small town's twisted secrets, and Dan Braun and Lucas Kettner ride a subway to hell. Don't push your luck. Read Creepy. We've also got Dark Horse Presents number 27. David Lapham's Juice Squeezers takes on an army of giant bugs. Peter Baggy takes a comical look at American history and founding father funnies. City of Roses returns with another grim crime tale from the mean streets of Portland. Read the dramatic conclusion to Billy the Vampire Slayer's tale in a Jane Epinson penned, Carl Moline illustrated Buffy story. Next, we've got Dream Thief number 4 of 5. A murdered gambler, a dead hitman, and a priest who knows too much put John Lincoln in a lethal position. Pinched between the Dixie Mafia and La Cosa Nostra, the Dream Thief finds himself in a Memphis card game where the stakes are his life. We've also got Lobster Johnson, Ascent of Lotus number 2. After the brutal attack by an army of gun-blazing monkeys in a burning brothel, Lobster Johnson confronts the supernatural Japanese spy known as the Crimson Lotus. So to tie into B.P.R.D. Plague of Frogs, the Crimson Lotus, first introduced in B.P.R.D. The Dead in 2005, comes after the Lobster. Next, we've got Star Wars Dark Times, A Spark Remains, number 2 of 5. The crew of the Uhumele have a plan to strike at the heart of their newly formed galactic empire, Darth Vader himself. While they seek a certain Jedi to join their cause, secrets among the crew begin to form cracks in their alliance. Could their plan be over before it's begun? Elsewhere, Vader trains an assassin for Jedi hunting. We've also got Star Wars Darth Vader and the Ninth Assassin number 5 of 5. Having stalked Darth Vader, the assassin is now ready to strike. It seems Vader, distracted by threats to the Emperor, could be taken, but the assassin has made one mistake, believing that he has a chance against the most feared man in the galaxy. And we've got Strain, The Fall number 2. The Master's attack on New York City violated an ancient vampire treaty, and now his oldest enemies seek to punish him for his transgression. Dubbed the Sun Warrior, Augustus Gus Elizold gears up to dispatch the Strain now infesting Manhattan, but he won't be entering the fray alone. From the minds of visionary director Guillermo del Toro and novelist Chuck Hogan, ongoing series continuing the story of the critically acclaimed comic The Strain. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Dark Shadows Year 1 number 5. Joshua Collins, desperate to save his son Barnabas' soul from vampiric damnation, seeks out help, any help, from the unlikeliest of places, a witch. Can Barnabas be reclaimed from an unlife of blood-sucking, or will Angelique's prophecy that Barnabas would watch everyone he loves suffer and die come true? Next, we've got Green Hornet Legacy number 40. Century City is overrun by costume crime fighters. A wave of new heroes pours into the city to help, and they're all here to see the same man, Green Hornet. Can Green Hornet focus these unwanted vigilantes into a force for good, or will they end up on the other side of the law? 4-color fisticuffs brought to you by Jay Nitz and Jethro Morales. Next, we've got Jennifer Blood number 30. Jen has been able to avoid recapture because she can outthink her pursuers, but now they have an ally who's as smart and devious as she is. The FBI's net tightens and Jen makes one last desperate attempt to reach her goal. We've also got Living Corpse Haunted One-Shot, an all-new fright-filled, knuckle-biting, pants-wetting one-shot inspired by this summer's amazing adventure of the Living Corpse animated movie from Shoreline Entertainment in Anchor Bay. A haunting at an abandoned mental institution brings the Living Corpse out to investigate. Our intrepid undead hero must fight his way through an army of feeble-minded ghosts to unlock the secret of the evil Dr. Death. Next, we've got Lone Ranger number 17. The Back East arc nears its conclusion as the Lone Ranger and Tonto find themselves betrayed, separated, and outnumbered. The West's most iconic heroes have crossed the Mississippi looking for answers after being set up by a federal agent. They've found Agent Winston Morrow. They've also found a new villain who intends to see the Ranger either turn his back on all he stands for or dead and buried. Intrigue and action as the Lone Ranger and Tonto fight to survive in the civilized world. Next, we have Miss Fury Digital number 1, Digital First, all new Miss Fury adventure never before seen in print. Miss Fury is back in time again, or is she? Will Miss Fury be able to make it home for a nice long bath, or will she forever be transported? Find out now. This issue has all 3 digital chapters of Miss Fury in a new never-printed supersized collection. We've also got Red Sonja number 80, The Crimson Well part 5 of 6. In a dark and frozen wasteland, Sonja and her allies will embark on a mission to betray a lost sect of Atlanteans and destroy the monstrous villain who has loomed over all these events. But will Sonja's own dark secret lead her to betray the people who are trying to save her? Next, we've got Red Sonja Unchained number 4 of 4. Her soul trapped in an alternate dimension while the demon Behemoth uses her body to wreak havoc in Hyrcania, Sonja must confront the spirit of the boy she murdered to stop the killing spree. And we've got Vampirella number 32. Vampirella finds terror in the heart of Côte de Soleil, an island nation with dark voodoo and secrets, and that's not all. A classic vampy adversary may be hiding in the shadows and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. From IDW Publishing, we've got Dinosaurs Attack number 2 of 5. The thrilling Dinosaurs Attack saga continues as Washington, D.C. is infested by a flock of pterodons. With disbelieving politicians, they're terrified victims of choice. Meanwhile, stalwart scientists try to reverse their terrible mistake and send the prehistoric predators back into the Jurassic past where they belong. But will an evil force beyond anyone's control stand in the way of these Earth-saving efforts? Next, we've got Judge Dredd number 10, The Cursed Earth Part 2. Judge Dredd, along with his multi-eyed precog mutie companion Dan, fight venture through the cursed earth in pursuit to the renegade droids who stole the only thing that can save Mega City 1. Horrific obstacles stand in their way, but none more horrific than the worst backwoods criminal posse ever to set foot on irradiated soil, the Angel Gang. When these longtime fan-favorite villains make their U.S. debut, you'd better make sure your dial is set to brutal. We've also got Kiss Kids number 1 of 4. Presenting the adventures of Lil Demon, Star Child, Cat Kid, and Spacey, the Kiss Kids Gang. This rocking new comic offers adventures for all ages and many in-jokes and familiar characters for the Kiss faithful too. No blood or fire here, just laughs and fun tales of the little costume maniacs and the crazy town in which they live. We've also got My Little Pony Micro Series number 7, Cutie Mark Crusaders. On a hike through the woods, the Cutie Mark Crusaders come across a creature unlike anything they've ever seen. When their new friend shows off an incredible ability, the Crusaders see an opportunity to earn their cutie marks. But their new friend is hiding an important secret that is sure to have a big impact on our tiny trio. We've also got Popeye Classics number 13. Popeye number 13 is your lucky vintage comic reissue from 1950. Your favorite superhero Popeye starts with a hearty arf arf on the cover, and you'll be laughing right along with the two-fisted sailor all through this thick 52-page Bud Sagendorf classic. Next, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles New Animated Adventures number 2. The plantastic villain Snakeweed returns. With an entire city in jeopardy, the Turtles will have to split up and race against the clock. Only some quick thinking from our favorite brothers will save the day this time. And we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Villain Micro Series number 5, Karai. Karai, a deadly assassin, is the embodiment of the Foot Clan, but it was not always that way. Explore the shadowy history of this complicated character and see exactly how far her ambition takes her. Secrets from the past and present revealed. From Image Comics, we've got Aphrodite 9 number 4, Deadly Liaisons. Everything changes as Aphrodite 9 discovers the truth about herself and how her handler Birch has been manipulating her. Next, we've got Bounce number 4. The Bounce is confronted with the classic superhero dilemma: is the horror an enemy or a kindred spirit? Meanwhile, Jasper Jenkins is confronted with the classic relationship dilemma: is his potential girlfriend smarter than he is? All this and the Vamp 2. We've also got Chin Music number 2. Al Capone is dead, shot through the skull by Shaw's cursed slug. The gangland legend lies dead before Elliot Ness could drag him to court for tax evasion. Shaw's interference has uprooted history, and now Ness wants it set straight. The shot also alerted Shaw's enemies to his presence in Capone-era Chicago, and they're coming for him. They took his skin last time. This time they'll have his eternal soul. Next, we've got I Love Trouble number 6. On Appointment in Samara, you can't outrun your troubles. We've also got Mice Templar 4 Legend number 6. The history lesson: youthful insurrection grows in the capital. Lady Lorelei makes a desperate bid against the insane Queen Alexis to reclaim King Icarus as her own. We've also got Revival number 13. The citizens of the quarantine know true fear as Valentine's Day arrives with its dark herald, karaoke triple date night. And we've got Thief of Thieves number 16, a sit down with the Godfather. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Bloodshot number 0. Discovered the declassified secret history of Project Rising Spirit's Bloodshot program and its most successful soldier, is told by superstar creator Matt Kint and fan favorite artist Chris Cross. From the darkest days of World War II in Korea and through the hell of Vietnam and Afghanistan, Bloodshot's origins leaves a bloody trail of discarded lives and forgotten families. But which memories are real? Which families? Which children? Is Bloodshot many men or no man at all? Is he simply a soulless killing machine or something more? Who is responsible, and why had they engineered the most dangerous weapon ever conceived by man? This issue holds the answers, but also reveals that we may have been asking the wrong questions all along. And we've got Exo Manowar number 16. The road to unity continues. Exo Manowar and the Eternal Warrior, once they were brothers in arms, comrades sworn to the same cause, but now they find themselves on opposing sides of a battle for the very fate of civilization itself. Eric of Dacia and the immense power that he wields have the potential to plunge the world into a new era of war. The only man that can broker a world peace also happens to be its most fearsome warrior. But can Gilead settle this conflict with words rather than weapons? And does he know how? As the world watches, two of Valiant's most fearsome heroes will meet once again. The outcome of their latest clash will decide the fate of us all. Out in trades, we've got Exo Manowar Volume 3 Planet Death trade paperback. The invasion is here, and Exo Manowar is the invader. From superstar creators Robert Venditti, Kerry Nord, and Trevor Hairsine, jump on board one of the year's most ambitious series as Exo Manowar ignites an interstellar war and changes the landscape of the Valiant universe forever. Eric of Dacia, a 5th century Visigoth armed with the universe's most powerful weapon, is all that stands between the Earth and an all-out annihilation at the hands of the alien race that abducted him from his own time. Now the day of Eric's reckoning has finally come. As his Visigoth forefathers sacked Rome, Eric will take the battle directly to his oppressors on the vine homeworld of Loam. He will decimate their armies, he will level their cities, and he will not stop until the whole of their empire is reduced to ash. This is Planet Death, collecting the complete Planet Death saga from Exo Manowar 9 through 14. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.